The film opens up as a strange space apparatus collides with a lake in Seoul, Korea. It seems to have come from an alternate system. Inevitably, an individual without garments gradually arises and heads to the city. In the following scene, we are acquainted with a couple who just got hitched and are unfoundly enamored with each other. The spouse, Man-gil, is a forced and insistful man who does all the homework, despite the fact that he has an incredibly stuffed plan. Then again, his better half So-hee is consistently in the middle of visiting with her companions and shopping. She sees herself as the most fortunate lady on the planet. Soon thereafter, she goes to a secondary school gathering, an occasion which they have enthusiastically expected for quite a long time. One of her colleagues named Young-sun, whose fantasy is to be an entertainer, has a humiliating entry as she slips and tumbles down the steps. Nonetheless, she conceals her humiliation, asserting that she purposely did it to rehearse for her impending actively motion pictures. As the discussion unfurls among the school companions, Young-sun gets an information about her conjugal life. Our hero young lady answers in a positive manner, depicting her significant other as an affailing, savvy, and committed person who possesses a farm organization. A couple of seconds after the fact, the gathering begins discussing their old schoolmate Sera, who obviously invested energy in the patient in the wake of killing her better half. For what reason did she make it happen? She purportedly found him going behind her back with different ladies. After the get-together party, So-hee shows up later than expected and finds her significant other sleeping soundly. As she approaches him, she sees a missed approach his telephone from an unidentified individual. On checking further, she finds different messages, including one that specifies an impending gathering with Man-gil on Friday. True to form, this concerns So-hee, and she begins thinking that her significant other may be having a mysterious, illicit relation outside. To affirm her questions, she Googles the side effect of an individual who is having an extraconjugal illicit relationship. One of the sites asserts that these individuals will continuously rationalize, saying they are staying at work past 40 hours. When So-hee understands this, she is sad as Man-gil gave her a similar reason prior. The following morning, she purposely gets some information about his arrangement for Friday, welcoming him to a wedded couple's party. Be that as it may, she rejects, professing to have a memorial service to join in. To help his falsehood, she asserts that the specialist anticipated the demise of one of his companions on the careful Friday. After hearing this reaction, So-hee's question nearly changes into sureness. Yet at the same time, to validate her intuition, she looks for the help of a criminal investigator named Dr. Jang. She pays him a decent sum and requests that he watch out for her significant other. In the following scene, Dr. Jang set out for his central goal to tell Man-gil and screen her exercise. After intently noticing him for a whole day, he meets So-hee and shares all his disclosure with her. He uncovers that Man-gil first visited a green and afterwards spent a 2 hours constant exercise routine meeting at the race center. Yet, wherever he went, he was encircled by ladies. Dr. Jang proceeds to guarantee that Man-gil has different ladies in his day-to-day existence, barring So-hee. Incredibly, he has 3 unique marriage endorsements separated from her, and his last spouses are all either absent or perished. That's what the most peculiar details is he saw Man-gil at service station, where he drank cash worth $30. This date is a lot for So-hee's guiltless cerebrum to process. So she essentially storms from there. That evening she examines wounding her better half while he is snoozing, however before long withdraws. Feeling defenseless, So-hee chooses to trust in her companion Sera, furthermore when communicates her craving to have her significant other killed. After hearing her story, Sera, who has likewise experienced forced separation previously, tells her that an ideal spouse does not exist. She likewise uncovers that the talk about her killing her better half is false. In any case, says that he had the right beyond word his activities. In the interim, back at home, Man-gil is furtively hammering the water fully intent of executing his better half. The next day, So-hee visits Dr. Jang's office. During their discussion, the last option starts to think that Man-gil may not be an ordinary person. When So-hee doesn't comprehend, he shows her a book called Strong. Expect that her better half is a freak animal type from another planet. As indicated by Dr. Jang, he has experienced comparative cases previously. Yet every one of his clients for those cases have either evaporated or made awful closure. Nonetheless, So-hee finds it challenging to acknowledge that her better half is an outsider. In this way, to convince her, Dr. Jang takes her to the corner store, where she observes her better half swallowing down liters of gas, leaving her absolutely dumbfounded. Then again, the extraterrestrial life from quarantine center, ESCOM, orchestrates a mystery meeting that is gonna be by space researchers, government authorities, and analyst officials. The essential target of this get-together is the Catch the Outsider, who appear to be gathering human DNA and spreading influence among the people populace. As a component of their arrangement starting stage, they expect to target Man-gil, who is expected to be a pioneer among the outsider gathering. Back at home, So-hee recovers a water bottle from the fridge, ignorant that a similar one Man-gil has recently burned with poison. Furthermore, when she hydrated, she implored to the ground. Seeing this, Man-gil races to her side, faking worry for her prosperity. In any case, when she blacks out, she contacts his kindred outsider sidekicks, illuminating them that he is effectively executed his central goal. Afterwards, So-hee is owned up to the clinic, where the specialist conveys the troubled news of her death. Her companions from school, who are likewise present at the emergency clinic, grave her inconvenient passing. Minutes after the fact, Sera additionally shows up, and after learning of the terrible news, she considers Man-gil capable. She starts attacking him actually, while flinging different revile words at him. As this is all event, So-hee out of nowhere recovers cognizance and lets out the poison he had consumed before. This clearly stuns Man-gil, however she claims to be content. On the next day, he visits a pharmacy possessed by one of his outsider partners to buy a more strong toxic substance. Yet, unbeknownst to him, the investigator have been intently checking his exercise. Soon thereafter, Man-gil takes a part in a telephone discussion with his kindred outsider, examining their arrangement to wipe out So-hee and discard her body. He grins, saying that today is his birthday and he needs to celebrate it by transforming it into So-hee's passing day. Somewhere else, So-hee looks for help from Sera and Dr. Jang to deal with her spouse. Subsequent to being realized from the emergency clinic, the triple devise a plan to utilize electrical flow and kill Man-gil. Dr. Jang has additionally made a remedy against the outsider, which is intended to influence on Man-gil in the event that their underlying technique falls flat. Following this, them three show up at a So-hee's home and start lying out of the snare. Dr. Jang embeds an electrical line into the part and interfaces its chains to a controller that looks like a common lighter. Similarly, as they finish the arrangement, the doorbell rings. Trusting it to be Man-gil, Sera and Dr. Jang rapidly console inside the washroom, while So-hee answers the entryway. Out of the blue, Yang-sang is remaining on the opposite side with a weapon. She is searching for her beau, who ends up being, as a matter of fact, Dr. Jang. It is uncovered that she got a message from an identified number, educating her regarding her beau's betrayal. Yang-sang continues to search the whole house and before long accepts that her sweetheart is concealing in the washroom. Subsequently, she powerfully breaks into the washroom just to find Sera dropping a huge load. The two gaze at one another for some time before Yang-sang clumsily apologizes and leave. In any case, unbeknownst to her, Dr. Jang is inside the bath taking cover in the background. Back in the family room, Yang-sang chooses to light a cigarette to quiet her down. She gets a similar controller lighter and presses its button, coincidentally causing Dr. Jang to be shocked and killed. Hearing the uproarious bang, the three young ladies reach to the washroom, furthermore begin overreacting. They dread that they will be gotten by the police, so that's what Sera proposes. They conceal the body in the storeroom. In any case, as they are doing as such, Man-gil suddenly gets back, adding to their concern. Luckily, So-hee figures out how to convince him to clean up fast, delaying, and keeping in mind that the outsider lies in the bath, getting a charges out of music. She immediately takes advantage to the ideal chances and presses the remote button, shocking him. The young ladies then leisurely open the restroom entryway to beware of him. In any case, to their bewilderment, Man-gil is still alive. In a speedy reaction, they imagine that it was an unexpected birthday festivity for him. Afterwards, as the festivals are going full spirited, So-hee demands him to drink some wine she had furtively harmed minutes sooner. Man-gil conquers decisively and consumes it. In any case, she stays safe. Without further ado, subsequently, a telephone rings from the wardrobe, and Man-gil suspects that somebody has broken into their home. He cautiously goes to the room and opens the storeroom, just to attack down Dr. Jang lying there. Shockingly, the specialist wakes up and uncovering that he is still alive. In any case, Man-gil, who expects that he is a gatecrasher, quickly thumbs him oblivious once more. To conceal their wrongdoing, the three young ladies astutely propose that Man-gil covered the dead body. Be that as it may, similarly as they are planning to leave, Man-gil's outsider accessories show up very close to home, aiming to help him in discarding So-hee's body according to plan. Nonetheless, since their underlying plan took an unexpected turn, they pretend an unexpected birthday festivity for Man-gil. He welcomes them inside to have drinks and requests that they hold on until they return. Man-gil, furthermore, the three young ladies have advanced toward a close-by woodland to cover Dr. Jang. Afterward, while Man-gil is digging the grave, So-hee hits him with a graving tool, delivering him oblivious. The young ladies then briskly begin covering the two dead bodies together. In any case, sadly, the outsider abruptly pops his head out of the ground. It is indestructible to exhibiting that him. In a condition of frenzy, the young ladies turn toward their vehicles prior to heading out. In any case, the obstinate outsider begins clashing after them with his godlike capacities and ultimately gets up to speed to them. Eventually, the vehicle crashes into a stone, causing Man-gil to tumble down a slope. In any case, with respect to the young ladies, they are left totally safe. In the following scene, the triple gets back to the So-hee's place, get to find the Man-gil companions have kicked the bucket from the harm wine. Left with no other choice, they loaded the bodies into their vehicles, determined to cover them. In any case, as they drive towards the wood, they are halted at a designated spot by crops, who before long figure out that they are driving in a blasted state. Accordingly, they are taken to the police headquarters. Presently, Dr. Jang is brought to a similar station. It turns out he has injured by and by, yet has lost every one of his recollection after the electric shock. The police accept that he is a vagrant who can't talk. In the meantime, Man-gil is likewise uncovered to be alive, and he scales the slope to think of himself as in a arbitrary house. There he finds various compartments loaded up with fuels. Minutes after he consumes it, his wounds exceptionally mend, re-establishing his well-being. He then continues to the police headquarters, furthermore gets a telephone to call So-hee. At the point he hears the telephone ringing close by, he finds the three young ladies taking cover behind. Man-gil rapidly takes advantage of the chance and rescues them, guaranteeing that they are his companions. He additionally takes Dr. Jang, promising to drop him off at the closest Salem home. After they leave from the police headquarters, Man-gil uncovers his actual stature and plans to kill So-hee and her companions. In a condition of dread, Sera draws out a blade to wound his head. In any case, it actually meaningfully affects the outsider. The tumult make their vehicle slide down a bluff and flip over. Fortunately, the young ladies figure out how to escape with only some minor wounds. They then at that point run away from the area, and the outsider begins following them. Not long after, the criminal investigator from ESCOM show up at the accident site and begin a look for Man-gil. Among the distraction, they find Dr. Jang and take him with them. In the meantime, the young ladies took for asylum in a neglected structure to save themselves from the outsider. In any case, Man-gil has an exceptional smelling ability, empowering him to find them without any problem. Similarly, as he going to kill So-hee, the ESCOM analysts show up at the scene. A furious fight results between the two gatherings, yet Man-gil, with his predominant power, rouse the official consistently. Amidst the debris, the three young ladies figure out how to slip away from the structure and go to the investigator vehicles, where they find Jang. The specialist shows up to have recaptured a portion of his lost recollections. So he gives them a counter-actant he created against the outsider. Burning through no time, So-hee boldly oversees the antitoxin into Man-gil's body from behind, which eventually make him kick the bucket. At long last consummation, the extreme circumstance. The scene then, at that point, movement to 1 year after the fact, we see So-hee, Sera, what's more young and getting to know each other. They appear to have continued on from the horrendous mess-up that occurred the year before. Not even one of them had sweetheart, and they plan to live like this until the end of their lives. The film closes as Dr. Jang, who is recently totally recuperated, shows up with Blossom and goes along with them in their blissful minutes.